3 days ago, Monday, went out and shoveled my car out again and lost my keys. I didn't care. I just kept knowing they would show up, but I knew they were on the street. At the very least, they were in the bottom of my car, which I was sure of not, because I remember getting out of the car. I remember having my keys in my right hand, and I remember trying to figure out why the door was already locked. That was one thing. And then I shut the door, and it was locked, and I walked away. By the time I got 2 blocks away, I realized there was a hole in my jacket pocket. Couldn't find my keys anywhere. Combed the street back and forth. I blew it off. I'll get to it later. Not 24 hours later, I lose my phone. 24 hours, around the same time I lost my keys, my phone broke as far as the glass shattered. I had that phone for 5 years. The glass shattered. Less than 24 hours later, I lose the phone. I've been being guided to get rid of the electronics probably for over a year. Same thing with the stop eating meat. Orbs come out of the sky and tell you to stop eating meat. You stop eating meat. I just had a cheesesteak. Extra cheese. God, it was awesome. But, that's got to stop, and I know it's got to stop, and I understand that it's giving me nutrition, and, and I say that, and I do all the emotion things through it, and then devour the thing like, that's what it was supposed to be. Orbs told me not to eat meat. So I lose these things, and I realized, I was staying away from the videos and staying away from YouTube, and my phone was where I do most of my stuff. I started to feel it. This is not an answer. This is not an answer to the Mandela effect or the anomalies or the time shifts or having conversations that don't exist or coming into the information that you don't live on a spinning ball. I have been really looking at the Mandela effects, and if they're clues, messages, or whatever, that's what I'm trying to come up with. Now, in last May, I put out a video that made a statement that said, hey, everything's going from plural to singular. It's becoming more personal. And even before that, I said, this is a personal thing. You have to figure this out on your own. That's what's happening here. I didn't know if that was true. That's just what I felt. I don't know that it's true now. It's just what I feel. And I really feel like it's an individual thing. Mandela effect, abbreviated. Me. It's about me. I mean, I don't believe in coincidence. I don't care who came up with the phrase or what they're calling it. It's not a coincidence. This is about me. And I've been coming up with that slowly, and I've been shoving it out there, but I wasn't doing anything with it. And there's other sites out there, they're starting to put that out too. And other people have put it out before, and I love that. Send it out. That's what we need. But there's other people going, you're taking my information and using it. And you know what? Shut up. I don't want to hear nothing anymore. I don't want to hear that crap anymore. If you come up with something, set it out. Send it out. If you're all like, oh my God, I found this. This is mine. That's ego. It's all ego. And guess what? That's not you. That's not who you are. That's what this whole thing is. We're trying to figure out who we are, part of it, right? So for me anyway, I realized that time, since I've lost my keys and I have to do videos from my phone. So this is like a test. This is my very first one right out the gate. I really believe I was going through 3 days, and I'm watching some videos during work, and that's it. And I commented some people back, but that was really all I was doing. I get really, really bored, and I try not to think, and I'll take these long ass steam baths and just meditate or whatever. And I'm bored. I want to do physical things. I want to hang out. I want to do, but I'm not. And I'm getting into what needs to be done here. I have a list of probably 10 things that I'm going to stop doing, or be a little more level on. I don't know whether any of these things have anything to do with anything. They're just things that people call bad habits. Smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, drinking beer, sexual release of any kind, talking bad about other people, gossip. What else is on my list? I mean, it's just a list of things that I'm not going to do. Not eating meat, being total vegan, even if it's at least for 3 days. But I guess if I wanted to send anything out there, yeah, the Mandela effect's starting to really blow up. They are new Mandela effects for these other people. I got on some people about saying, hey, look, these aren't new Mandela effects. Well, for them, they are. And if they're just observing them now, maybe they just shifted and it's a new Mandela effect for them. So who's to say? So if they want the Berenstain Bears to yesterday they were EI and today they're AI, that's possible if this is quantum. They could have just shifted. So I don't know. This is just a rant as far as my story being, look, I could feel the whole, it's about me. It's about I. Okay. You're going to need a bigger boat instead of we're going to need a bigger boat. Okay. Depend instead of depends. I don't get all the things. I don't understand the landmass changes. I found some really good sites where these people are really doing some good research on the land masses. Now, that's a whole nother topic. There's the thing about, I've also made another correlation that I've probably heard off of some other video, but maybe didn't put it together or whatever. And, I've thought about this before. A lot of the things in the Bible, especially the book of Revelation, is coming true depending on how you interpret these things. I saw the stars come at me. It was in my very first video. I described that. It says somewhere in the Bible about the stars falling out of the sky. It says somewhere in the Bible about the dead raising from the grave. Well, I put on one of my videos, I was talking to a family member about Louis Anderson dying. The conversation never took place. But Louis Anderson is still alive. I mean, Elvis Presley died twice for me. Nichelle Nichols died 3 times for me. And Gene Wilder dies every 10 years for me. It's amazing. I'm so sorry this video's up to 8 minutes already because I really feel like I'm getting a lot of good closure information out. This is about you. Nobody else. It's like I really want to come out and do these videos when I come up with an answer. It's not an answer. It's not the answer, but I want to come out and share this information with you guys. But I keep getting all around me when there's no electronics around and I'm not doing anything electronic-wise or whatever. I keep getting, this is about you. Figure it out on your own. And I've been saying that. Get off the video. Stop putting out videos. Hey, everybody, this is going to be my last video. I mean, how many times have I said that? And, of course, as always, these are just theories. Come up with your own. Find out what all this means to you. So if the Mandela effect is sending a message, what would it be saying? And what would it be saying? Who's saying it? Okay, is it a positive faction or a negative faction? I think it might be both. I think they both might be coming out. I'm not absolutely positive about that. What is it and what isn't it? What would the message be? The message would be, what is it or what it isn't? What other things, what other theories are out there? We should keep an eye out for what's being taken out, for what the Mandela effect is saying. I've already said it's about you. It's about me. It's about individuals figuring this out for themselves and what it means to them. If these Mandela effects and other anomalies are messages, what would the message be? Why did they take T's out of Schultz and other words, Skechers, and why were T's taken out? Well, what does a T represent to you? I said it to 3 people, and everybody blurts out the cross. What does that represent to you? Religion? God, maybe? I don't know, but they took the T's out. So is this not religion? or God doing this. They took a D out of Folger. They took a D out of something else. And I was like, well, I don't really want to interpret that because I'm not sure how to interpret it. Well, the D-Wave computer, maybe they're taking the D's out of things because it's also not the D-Wave computer. I've also seen an apostrophe show up on the Hershey's bar. I always thought it was a Hershey bar, no S on the end. Now it's apostrophe S, and a lot of people are telling me that the apostrophe wasn't there before. So, but that shows possession. That's still about you. Okay, Hunt's tomato sauce. Hunt's, they have a pepper. I think it's a pepper, or maybe some other. Maybe it's a leaf, maybe from a tomato that kind of looks like a hyphen on Hunt's. Also showing possession. It's about you. All of these things are just theories. I'm looking into them. They took the D out, the T out. I'm thinking, take those things away. What do they represent? I'm just thinking, go ahead, give me your own thoughts, come up with your own ideas. And these are just theories. That's all they are. But we got to get thinking, we got to get thinking. I got to get thinking. Come up with this stuff on your own and find out what it means to you. But these are just theories. We're rolling. I have been without a phone for about 3 weeks now. And, I love it. I love not being connected. I'm not, except that every once in a while I'll be walking around and have some really great thoughts or insights about things. And I'll go for a video, to share whatever. And I feel like I got to start carrying a little black book around or something. Yeah, to collect numbers and just to write down ideas and I got to write down Jazz's phone number because he was doing this video, whatever, I don't know what it was about, but I do, but I don't. Anyway, I figure I'm going to text him from an airport and have him pick me up. Now, I'm sure he will. But how am I going to text him if I don't buy a phone? I'm trying. See, the idea is I have no intentions of buying another phone. And I just feel like there's this pull where, you're going to need to. You're going to need a phone. I keep telling my family, look, Skype me. You need to get a hold of me. I'll leave Skype on. Skype me. I haven't spoken with anybody in 3 weeks. Nobody's Skyped me. I'm pretty sure they know how. I think it's pretty funny, actually. But, and I leave them messages on Facebook and stuff, and I dread going there. And, hey, Facebook me, people. I'm sure you'll find me. Better leave me a message and tell me who you are, because I'll probably delete you. I don't know. Anyway. It's nice being without the electronic stuff, and I haven't been doing a lot of videos or anything, and I've wanted to, but I'm discovering more and more that, this is about me, especially since, other videos I've said. I was talking to myself every video. I was trying to teach myself every video. And I am in my own dimension. And I talk to people at the bar any chance I get. I don't care. I'm like, the boss don't want me to talk about it. I don't care. I'm doing it. And I'm picking up right away if they're not into it. And it's like, I said to the one guy, I said, so you ever have Jiffy peanut butter? Yeah. I eat Jiffy all the time. As a matter of fact, I had it the other day. I have it in my cabinet. I said, Jiffy, not Jif. No, I have Jiffy peanut butter. I said, okay, well, Jiffy peanut butter never existed. And straight out of his mouth is, so where are you from? Where'd you grow up? I'm like, dude, really? So I know right away not to even bother anymore. And I say, yeah, I'm from Philadelphia, and I move on. Excuse me. Got to get somebody a beer, whatever. It's funny stuff. But I know somebody else was complaining about, oh, you know what it is? It's not complaining, but Moneybank 73. Great videos. If you want to check out some Mandela Effect videos, he's got some great uh, voting videos. I don't agree with all of them because I don't resonate with all the Mandela effects, but quite a few of them that he has, I've voted thumbs up on. So the point was, I haven't had my phone in a long time, and I'm enjoying not having it. But I mean, I feel like eventually I'm probably going to have to get one. What I might do is just keep it off, or keep it at home when I go out. But it sounds like it feels like a really good thing for me, you know. And I was thinking about that because of the whole, hey, I'm going to call somebody from an airport. Um, I'm thinking telephone booth. Now I got one. Is there dirt on my face? I don't know if that is from the candle shining or. All right, I'm not doing any blooper reels. I'm just going to leave this. Anyway, I'm thinking, where am I going to find a phone booth in an airport? But they got phones in airports, right? I, I like being without the phone. I guess I could just talk. Why am I talking by candlelight? Covered in blankets. The ice melted and busted the electrical line outside, out back on our property, which knocked out the whole block. That was at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. By 6:30, they got everything turned on except for our building. Now, it turns out our building's the one that knocked it out, but they didn't tell us that. You know, we had to get a hold of them to find out what was going on. So, and now we need a permit. It's a Friday night. We need a permit to get the bar that bent from the ice. So I have no electricity, no internet, obviously. I have about 3 hours left on my computer. I feel like I'm on a shuttle and I have 3 hours left of oxygen left. There are so many things I need to do, and I guess there are so many crosses I need to bear. And I don't need to. These things are just presence. I mean, if you want to get down to it, everything's presence. So, consciousness, presence. It amazes me how many people I've come across that know about the Mandela effect that still blow it off. It amazes me how many people I've spoken to about it that were extremely interested. And now when I see them, it's like, yeah, I've been real busy. You know, are they just, are they just slaves in the system? So many things I'm not doing myself any favors for. But I know everything hit me at once. I mean, I say it once. It was over months, near the end of 2015, and that's the way I've always expected things my whole life. You know, to get hit with everything at once. Power's out. Could be out for another day. Could be out for a couple of days. I have many crosses to bear. It's the only way I can really. The terminology's on point, I suppose.
I don't have to bear those crosses. I just have to realize that they are presence as I am presence, as I am consciousness. But because I am so programmed into the system that, yeah, I'm going to have to bear those crosses. And once I do, I expect amazing things. I don't know that I'll post anything that I'm. This is like my own personal log here, so if this gets out, I guess it's pertinent to the situation. I come across many people that know about the Mandela effect that don't really care. You know, and as much as I figure it's consciousness shifting, is it a computer program? Is it both? Are we aware programs? And I've also, come to the realization that we have been led to believe that physical reality is, I don't know, I want to say the real reality. Yeah, we're spiritual beings having a physical experience. Are we really spiritual beings? Is there really anything else other than being physical? Maybe different levels of it. Nothing has ever changed into anything else except maybe a caterpillar. That's about the only thing I can come up with.
All right, I'm going to give this a shot. I wrote all these notes down the past week and a half, and I have no idea if this is going to work out or not. Let's give it a shot because I can barely see. So, okay, if the Mandela effects are quantum, then someone may have experienced the Berenstain Bears yesterday and the Berenstain Bears today. If it's quantum, it doesn't matter. It may be new to them. I guess that's the point there. People may be posting old Mandela effects as new ones. I guess that's along the same topic. What's this other one here? I think posters should refrain from saying they figured it out. Just personal thing. I've noticed a lot of type O blood types involved in Mandela effects and this Rh negative thing that I've never heard of before. What I really want to talk about, and I'm going to save it to the end, the higher source, the higher natural source, God or the energy or whatever you want to describe it or label it, may be a computer. And I want to get into that further. I think it's awesome. I was listening to some John Lennon songs. The song Scared has a different beginning. There is a laugh that was never there before. It's like this evil ha 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 laugh or something. I've been noticing a lot of people, spiritual sites talk about there are many, many different heavens, many, many different gods, but just one hell, one devil. What's this say here? Dexter, the movie Dexter. Oh, and the credits in the beginning of the TV show Dexter, there used to be a little twinkle on his tooth at the end of right at the end of the beginning when they would do those little credit things. That twinkle is not there anymore. Happiness is the new iPhone 7. Happiness is the new iPhone 7. Now, since I lost my phone, this was big for me at the time. That's what I wrote here. It makes me feel sad that so many people are glued to their phones. I wouldn't have noticed this if I had a phone. But when I saw that commercial, I was like, wow, they really want you people stuck to the phone. I recall years ago, maybe over 10 years ago, trans fat was illegal. They had to take it out of all products. It could not be in any products. It was done. I see it in products today. Okay, trans fat stays in your brain, does not leave, ever. Okay, so if you see trans fat on your ingredients, get away from it. Don't touch it. They were supposed to... I don't know what it is. Was I in a timeline where they discovered that? Maybe, and they got rid of it. Stay away from trans fat. Towed car, peaceful now. Oh, yeah, this is a philosophy that I had. My car was towed when I lost my keys. Super Cop took care of me. Yeah, he knew that I had a police report out for my car, towed it anyway. And instead of getting into fights about that, I just decided just pay it and move on. It's done. I see a lot of people on YouTube saying it's confabulation. Basically, do not hurt others and stuff like that, because it's basically you. Now, I want to put this up here. This is the picture of what I remember Pepsi. I drew this. What Pepsi used to be. It was written. Okay? I want you to see that. It was written just like that. That's how I remember it. Okay? Red on the blue on top, red on the bottom. We got other notes here. What do we got here? Let's see. The song, I don't know why I wrote that, but I think the song Wildlife from Wings is much better in this timeline. The other one, it was, I liked the melody, but there was something wrong with it. I didn't like it. I would just say here, everything is here for me. In theory, I'm the only one here. Relationships take on a whole new meaning. No kidding. There are some close enough. Okay, there are some people that are close enough to the dimension or timeline that I exist in, that they almost seem real, because a lot of people have not seemed real to me. I really believe anybody who says that the Mandela effect is confabulation, or that they just blow me off and talk about another subject. I really believe, if the subject I want to get into, that they're part of the program. That they are actually part of this program. Says it right there. I don't know what that is. Many Reddit posters claim many posts are just disappearing. I found that interesting. Told not to stare at the sun or you'll go blind. Well, I'm thinking stare at the sun with sun gazing. That was that. Even though that Quantity Luminous guy with the blood over intent, I'm not buying that. It's too physical. It's too ritualistic. Not going there. John in the Bible 14:12. That has not changed. That is like the only verse I've ever known in the Bible, and it is the one where Jesus says something to the effect that you too shall do the things that I do and greater. Been waiting for that. That's what this is. That's what I think this is. Now the subject about the higher source may be a computer. God may be a computer. I'm not trying to piss anybody off. This is just a theory, so bear with me. First off, I've been taught and read everything, and supposedly everything's a lie. So we're told that we're spiritual beings having a physical experience. Okay, let's take that off the board. What if I'm a computer program having a physical experience? What if there is no spiritual realm? What if that's all bullcrap to keep us tied in a loop? Okay? If I'm a computer program, now let's start from the beginning. I'm God, or the definition of God, or the theory of God. It's this energy. And all I have is myself and nothing. Myself and nothing. This is all I have. This is all I am. I am all the energy there is. I have myself and nothing. Myself, nothing, and nothing. What does that sound like to you? I know sounds goofy, but what is that? That's ones and zeros. That's computer code. I came up with this. That was the first thing I wrote down in my notes. and I got to tell you, even though I've been staying away from the electronics, and no, not yet. Probably tomorrow. Start with that tomorrow. That's pretty important. Think about it. Anyway. All week, anytime I clicked on a Mandela video, it was about the computer programs and how we might be in a computer. Look, I totally lean towards our consciousness is shifting from one timeline to another. That's what I lean towards, basically because of the scar that's here, that used to be here, and that maybe it's confabulation. Not a chance. I mean, there are things here that just, it's not possible. So, but shifting into another timeline doesn't explain the residual Mandela effects. That doesn't explain that. That kind of takes that off the board. That makes it look like, yeah, it was changed. And this is the only reality. And that's kind of what I'm getting at with this whole God thing as a computer, if we're all computer programs. I really want that thought back. I was doing so well. 8.5 minutes in, and I blew it. Hold on. Okay, I did gather my thoughts, and you'll catch that in a minute. I do want you guys to check out blah, 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 Jessica 1 as a video I'm going to link. She was talking about how Venus is only supposed to be able to be seen by mid-February. But this thing has been out there. It's the brightest star or whatever that you can see right by the moon. Now, January 29th, I saw this thing. It was way over the moon. January 30th, last night, this thing was way over the moon. I happened to watch her video that I'm going to link. And tonight I'm walking by, and this Venus thing is way under it. Now, for weeks, I've seen this thing over on top of the moon, bright as can be. And now, and I'm thinking it's because she mentioned that we can only see it until the mid-February, and now it's February 1st. And this thing is below the moon. And it's on the horizon of the mountains, and it cracks me up. Just wanted to throw that in there before I give you the rest of my thoughts on this, what I lost track of. Here. Okay, one other thing. What if there is only 144,000 people on this planet? There's always been 6 billion people to me, and then 7 billion, and now 9 billion. Yeah, I'll call that. And, I mean, what if there's only 144,000 people instead of this 7, 8, 9 billion people? I don't think all these people are here. I think they're part of this program. If it's a program, I don't really want to lean and go towards that, but everything I've been coming up with says we are programs in a computer program. Let's make ourselves better programs. I don't know. I try and enjoy myself as much as I can. I don't want to call it spiritual, but I've been learning things about myself since I put down the electronics. It's amazing. All right, kids. Love yous. Here's the conclusion on that. Are we computer? Is God a computer? Is that where it all started? I mean, I think that's what I'm getting to when you look at this. I think you'll understand. And talk about it. Tell me what you think. I mean, is the whole spiritual realm just made up bull crap? Is that just to keep us in some kind of cycle? It's just a thought. It's just a theory. Tell me what you think. Be a good time to slip in a little plug there for my boy Jazz. You guys are ever looking for something to think about, just go to his channel. He'll make you think. You want to think about things that are going on with the flat earth, you want to go check out Globe Busters or any of Jaren's channels. Got some great info there. All right, so I got my thoughts gathered. The thing is, we're taught all this spiritual stuff, and that, we were a part of God and dropped from heaven, and now we have to go around and keep coming back up to, and that's our evolution, to come back up to where we were. I'm kind of confused on the whole why we got to keep going around. Think that's fine. But what if we were computer programs, just popped in here, and we have this consciousness now that was developed by the Creator, this presence that I'm aware of. I think of something in the past, and I think, wow, okay, I remember being there. I remember me the way I remember me now, even though I was 4 years old, 5 years old, whatever. It's the whole, we're supposed to evolve. We're evolving into spiritual beings. But what if the natural state is computer code? What if the natural state of being is computer? And that's what we're actually trying to evolve to. Now, it's a little scary on the part where certain groups are trying to make humans mechanical and robots, and the cyborg and stuff like that. You know, I get that. I understand that. But I don't know that that would still be an artificial way to become natural, even if you were a actual computer program. Would it not? But at the other, you know, it's a very interesting thought. It's a very interesting topic. I'm hoping all the topics, all the things I brought up, maybe people will talk about them. I don't know. There was a lot here. I don't have my phone with me, so I can't just do random videos. I'm just going to go ahead and put them out like this once every couple of weeks if I get thoughts that, you know, quite frankly, I think are could be very useful. This type O, that a lot of people are this type O and this RH negative thing I never heard of before. The whole phone idea, getting rid of electronics. I am noticing so much more. I can't tell you how many times I'm walking around going, oh, I wish I had my phone. Like the other day, I saw 13 X's in the sky. Okay, chemtrails, they were going nuts. I expect 13 more feet of snow. Okay, or whatever. I don't know. What else? There was something else going on I really wished I could have talked about. There are people I've talked to about this. You know, I bring it up. If I can open up their mind, fine. If I can't, that's fine too. I really believe a lot of these people not interacting with this are part of the program. Sorry about the long rant. I hope you guys got something out of this. A lot of information, especially in the beginning that I shot out. But the main thing was the whole, maybe the natural state of being is a computer program. Since we've been lied to about everything, why couldn't that be possible too? I mean, you know, the computer code, the computer program, the observer that is the main thing on these effects. I mean, it's, as much as I lean towards our consciousness shifts into another timeline, and that may be true even if we are computer programs, but this computer thing that we are in a program and the Earth is not a ball. Okay, the Earth may not be flat either. It may just be whatever it is, wherever you are observing. It could be malleable. Like I said, I didn't even completely understand what I was saying when I said, oh, the Earth ain't flat and it's not a ball. It's malleable. It shifts. It changes. But anyway, the computer program was the main part of this video. I hope you enjoyed this. Talk to you all later. See you in a couple weeks.